ready for a great weekend of weather. Your NBC Palm Springs starts now.
Now, this is NBC Palm Springs.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Olivia Sandusky.
And I'm Mark Mester. The Silvercrest CEO appeared in court for his second hearing at the Larson Justice Center today. That's our top story tonight. William Rodriguez is being charged with murder, hit and run resulting in bodily injury, and driving with a suspended license. Tiani Jadalang was in the courtroom this morning and has the details.
The Silvercrest CEO stepped foot into court here at the Larson Justice Center just past 9 a.m. this morning. This comes just 1 week after he posted bail. But after speaking with the victim's daughter, she tells me her focus remains on one thing, and that's her mother.
Nothing could have prepared me for something like this.
It's been a year-long battle for Christiana Lewis and her family. Just over a year ago, her mother, Christina Barrington, was hit and killed while riding her moped with her dog on East Palm Canyon Drive. And the man the Riverside County District Attorney's Office is charging with that crime appeared in court today. William Rodriguez, appearing next to his attorney, stood in front of Judge Dean Benjamini following last week's bail posting. While the court hearing was relatively short, Rodriguez's attorney told us outside the courtroom that the DA's office is waiting on an inordinate amount of supplemental discovery or evidence coming in.
So there's no point in setting arbitrary court dates. We won't have all the evidence. We won't be able to go over everything. There won't be anything meaningful happening probably before January.
They say until that next court date, they'll work with the DA's office to look through any additional evidence. Meanwhile, Christiana will continue to keep the focus on her mother.
I want the focus to remain on my mother and the fact that we all miss her. It's been a long year for my family.
When I asked Christiana if she had any plans of pursuing a civil lawsuit, her attorney had this response.
As of right now, we're allowing the investigation to pursue as well as the criminal action to proceed. And as far as filing a civil lawsuit, it'll be determined at a later time.
The CEO is still set to abide by a number of conditions while out on bail, including no consumption of alcohol, no driving a vehicle even if he obtains his license, and he isn't allowed to leave the state. The next time Rodriguez is set to appear in court is set for January 14th of 2026. In Indio, I'm Tiani Jadalang, NBC Palm Springs.
Turning to some news across the region this evening, the U.S. Department of Justice says it will monitor polling sites in 5 California counties, including Riverside, during the November 4th election. Federal officials say the goal is to ensure transparency, ballot security, and compliance with federal law. Monitors will also be stationed in Los Angeles, Orange, Fresno, and Kern counties, as well as one in the state of New Jersey. Attorney General Pam Bondi says transparency builds public faith in elections. The announcement follows a request from the California Republican Party, citing reports of voting irregularities.
And in more local news tonight, the search for answers continues this weekend. My half-hour report, Coachella Valley Cold Cases, airs at 8:30 Saturday night. Now, in this special report, you'll learn about 3 local homicides that are unsolved years, if not decades later. I sit down with the victims' families and investigators to learn where things stand today and what the community can do to help. Former Indio Police Department officer Ben Gutrone spoke to us about the 1998 murder of Wendy Brandt.
I wouldn't say a typical day, but it's just a summer day. When it's hot out here, things change. People are on vacation, some things slow down. But this day, my partner, Lance Mueller, and I were called to a potential dead body that was found in a home. Further investigation revealed the person that was deceased and a victim of a homicide was Wendy Brandt.
And that's just the beginning of a very sad and complex story. Again, this program airs at 8:30 on Saturday. You can also head to NBCPalmSprings.com, find Coachella Valley Cold Cases, the entire program, at the bottom of the Programs tab.
Cathedral City is inviting the public to Howl Oween. It's at the Panorama Dog Park this Saturday, October 25th. The event takes place from 9 in the morning until 10:30. The dog costume contest starts at 9:30. There will be small and large dog winners, plus a special award for the best dog and owner duo.
And And this Sunday, the Boys and Girls Club of Palm Springs will hold their Be a Hero for Kids Halloween Bash. This is at the Hilton Palm Springs, and it's a fun chance to get dressed up in costume while raising funds for very important services provided to the Palm Springs youth. This will include a cocktail reception, live and silent auctions, a costume contest, and plenty of other surprises as well. It all gets started at 4:30 on Sunday.
Halloween just 1 week away, and we're giving you a live look tonight from our Agua Caliente casino camera high above there in downtown Palm Springs. For the latest on the forecast, we're going to send things over to Archive Beach.
It is almost the weekend, but it's always time to celebrate great weather here in the Coachella Valley. For today, the high 91 degrees. Normally it's 89, so we're just above average, but not near that record high of 104. For the highs today, Big Bear City, 68 degrees. Cabazon, Bargain Shop, 90 degrees. Here on the valley floor, West End, Palm Springs, 91. East End, Indio, 94. And up the hill, Joshua Tree, we're looking at 83 degrees. For Indio tonight, it's going to get down to the low 60s. Cabazon, 56. And our friends in Big Bear, take a look at that. That's some weather I can totally support, 26 degrees. Tonight's evening walk forecast, 6 o'clock, 84 degrees. By 8 o'clock, we're looking at high 70s. And by 10, we're in the low 70s. A gorgeous night. Go out there and enjoy it. Now you can head to the coast. You're going to find some relief out there. San Diego, Orange County, LA, we're looking at mid 70s to high 70s. The waves out there, we're looking around 2 to 3 feet. Now over the next few days, temperatures are going to bump up and bump down just a bit, but it's going to be absolutely gorgeous out there. So make sure you enjoy it. 3-day forecast brought to you by Comfort Air. We're going to see highs in the low 90s over the next few days. And those overnight lows pretty consistent in the mid 60s. I'll have a full forecast coming up in just a bit.
All right, our thanks to Kai for that. We have a local alert this evening. Revivals in Palm Springs is having a little fun for a good cause. The Revivals After Dark pop-up draws huge crowds with a line that often wraps around the block. Now, this is an adults-only event. It raises tens of thousands of dollars for DAP Health. And tonight, NBC Palm Springs contributor Steve Hankey with DAP Health joins us live for the event with more on what's going on out there tonight. Hey, Steve.
Yeah, hi. We're in Palm Springs at the Revival store, and it's not the only Pride event in town tonight, but it is the largest Pride event. We had 450 community members lining up, some as early as 11:45 this morning. It's a fundraiser for DAP Health. It'll raise over $40,000 in 90 minutes, selling adult-themed product that's been donated to Revivals, but that might not be appropriate for the sales floor on a normal day. And because it is some of the adult content, one of the things that we're doing tonight at Revivals is amplifying an event in town. And I'm joined by Sister Roma and producer Zach Ivy, who are doing an event on November 19th for Pineapple Supports. Pineapple Supports is an organization that helps raise funds for the adult film industry and its members that need mental health support. Talk to me a little bit about the local community. What does this mean? You're going to be raising funds for the local community. How many films are made here locally? How many people will be helped by that event?
Well, we're so thankful to be included in such a great event like this that CAP's putting on. But we film about 300 scenes a year, and we are based here in the desert. So we really are proud that we try to provide a lot of support for our performers in this area. So we're so thankful that we're having Mixed Pineapple on November 19th, so we can raise funds for Pineapple Support, which offers mental health services for the adult performers.
Great. And all the information for your viewers is on the Revivals website. I want to also introduce you to a community member, Tracy Engelking, who's a local yoga instructor. Tracy, this is your second year. Give viewers who haven't been at this event a little bit of context. What does it feel like to be here?
I think the most exciting part is that wave of people that come in. I mean, almost 400 people come in all at once, it feels like. And then the camaraderie. You see people pull a harness off the rack and it doesn't fit them, and they immediately turn around and hand it to somebody else. There's no greed here. It's all about community and everybody leaving with something really great to fresh find.
The partnership started in 2019 with Revivals Palm Springs Leather of the Desert. Of course, next week is Palm Springs Leather Pride. One of the things that Revivals is proud of, new members of the community who may not be able to afford to buy the look at a new store and come tonight and buy it at an affordable price point and feel part of seeing her. We'll send it back.
All right, our thanks to Stephen for that report. Turning to some other news this evening, it is Bus Driver Appreciation Week. over at Palm Springs Unified School District. It's a week to appreciate those who take care and transport students all over the Coachella Valley. The superintendent for Palm Springs Unified visited the transportation department to personally thank the bus drivers who make a difference in the lives of students every day. He says out of all the things he's noticed, safety was one of their top priorities.
I was very appreciative of the focus on safety, making sure that all of our scholars get to school safe, get home safe, and parents are communicated with throughout that process. I'm very impressed by that.
Now, safety is their top priority, but for bus drivers personally, they say it's not only about keeping children safe, but care and kindness as well.
My favorite thing being a bus driver is actually being a blessing to our students, you know, giving them the safe environment, giving them the love early in the morning. I believe that it does make your day what you get feeded off in the morning. So I'm a strong believer in that. So if I can provide that for my students, that's already making my whole day.
1, 2.
The commitment to excellence and attention to safety is a top priority for PSUSD, and that reflects in their transportation department.
All right, coming up next tonight on NBC Palm Springs, the government shutdown is now impacting funding for food stamps in the United States. We'll tell you how this will affect nearly 42 million Americans after the break.
Plus, the FDA approving a new drug for menopause, how it can reduce symptoms. That's next.
And here's a quick look at your gold and silver prices on this Friday evening, headed into a beautiful weekend. Stay with us, those headlines right after the break.
Committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 6.
As the government shutdown continues, the USDA says it will not tap into its contingency fund to cover food stamp benefits next month.
That's according to a memo obtained by CNN, which also says states will not be reimbursed if they use their own funds to pay for benefits. The memo says the $6 billion funds, quote, are not legally available to cover regular benefits, end quote. As a result, roughly 42 million Americans will not receive critical food assistance from the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, also known as SNAP. Last week, Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins said food stamps will run dry by the end of the month if the lapse in federal funding continues.
And in some consumer news tonight, a new treatment option is coming for women dealing with hot flashes and night sweats related to menopause. The Food and Drug Administration has approved Linkwet, taken once a day. Unlike other therapies, the drug does not rely on hormones. Instead, it's designed to block brain chemicals that trigger those symptoms. More than 80% of women experience hot flashes and night sweats during menopause. A clinical trial found women taking Linkwet saw a 73% reduction in symptom frequency after just 12 weeks. The drug will be available in the U.S. starting in November.
Giving you a live look tonight from our Indian Wells Golf Resort camera. Details on our forecast, including that all-important 7-day. Kai Beach will bring us the details on the other side of this commercial break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. We have a live look outside for you. Our Walter Clark Highway 111 camera, the river in Rancho Mirage on a gorgeous Friday here in the Valley. For more on our 7-day forecast, here's Kai Beach.
Happy Friday, everyone. Another weekend of gorgeous weather on tap. I hope you go outside and enjoy it. For the highs today, let's take a look. A 2-hour drive from Palm Springs. We're looking at Big Bear in the high 60s. A 1-hour drive, Idlewild at 69. On the valley floor, Palm Springs 91. Indio 94. And our friends in Joshua Tree, we're looking at 83 degrees. For tonight, temperatures plummet. Big Bear City 26 degrees. That sounds comfortable. I do like the cold. In Idlewild, that's 46. Maybe go out there, rent an Airbnb, have some fun. Palm Springs, we're looking at 66, and in Indio, 61 degrees. Now, if you've noticed a lot more cars on the road, you are not alone. We're seeing El Paseo, downtown Palm Springs, a lot more people, and a lot more people visiting from out of town. This is the weather they are leaving behind. Denver, 69 degrees. Kansas City, 67. Chicago, Illinois, 52. Our friends in Billings, Montana, we're looking at 71. And our friends from LA, mid-70s. You head to the coast, you're going to see some waves around 2 to 3 feet, so have some fun. High temps today, a lot of sprinkling of the 80s and the 90s. The high in Rancho Mirage, 97 degrees. Our friends in Idlewild, they're going to see the low of 80 degrees. Morning walk forecast. We're going to see 6 o'clock, 66 degrees by 10 o'clock, high 70s, and at noon we're looking at 84 degrees. 7-day forecast brought to you by Comfort Air. Pretty consistent over the next few days when it comes to highs. We're looking at highs in the low 90s to high 80s. But take a look at Wednesday. We're just under triple digits. That's due to a high pressure system. And those overnight lows, they go from mid 60s to low 70s.
NBC Palm Springs Sports with Tim O'Brien, powered by Agua Caliente Casino.
Well, in the 5 o'clock hour, of course, we heard from the Dodger fans. Their predictions, one saying Dodgers in 5, but we got to see the other side of things. We've got our Canadian friends north of the border here in the Coachella Valley, so let's go ahead and take a listen to what the Blue Jay fans think here inside 360 Sports in Agua Caliente Casino. So we'll take a walk. My man here said Dodgers in 5. Let's go ahead and talk to some of our Blue Jay fans. How many games are the Blue Jays going to win the series?
5 games.
So Blue Jays and 5, what are the key to the series? Because the Blue Jays can hit, the Dodgers can pitch.
It's all going to be about the hitting. Like, watch right now. This is going to be awesome. We're winning.
All right. Are we Canadian? Here on vacation or here?
Vancouver.
All right. Yeah. What do you think? Blue Jays in how many games?
Blue Jays in 7.
Blue Jays in 7. It's going to go the distance. We've got our Dodgers fans. We've got our Blue Jay fans. This is a good World Series for our fans here in the Coachella Valley. Look, it's going to be a heavy hitter matchup. The Dodgers have the starting pitching, the Blue Jays not so much. And then you've got your Blue Jays bats 1 through 9 who can hit the ball. And don't get me wrong, the Dodgers, of course, with Betts and Freeman and Ohtani can hit the ball as well. But buckle up, it is two powerhouses, definitely the two best teams in both leagues. And it's all game 1 tonight for the World Series. Enjoy it. And of course, we'll have Friday Night Lights action and a recap coming up tonight on NBC Palm Springs at 11. Live at 360 Sports inside Agua Caliente Casinos. I'm Tim O'Brien. We'll send it back to you guys in studio.
And now the Agua Caliente Entertainment Report, brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
The popular Netflix show Nobody Wants This returns for season 2. Our Manny the Movie Guy was in Hollywood speaking with the main cast, Kristen Bell and Adam Brody.
I want couple stationery.
Ooh.
I
want you to say, I gotta check with the boss.
Of course, I gotta check with the boss.
And of course, the answer's gonna be no.
A big, big, big congrats on Nobody Wants This Season 2. It's as charming and funny and smart as ever and on point in the love department. I enjoyed it.
Thank you. Thank you.
So welcome.
Breaking news, you're in a psychotically annoying relationship.
Way to make all our single listeners feel bad.
I knew right off the bat in my gut that it had to be Adam, and I mentioned his name very, very early on in the development process. I was like, I really think Adam Brody could nail this. I think he's the only one that can do it. So it was all just kind of kismet.
Why Adam?
Gosh,
It's
I'm so embarrassed.
It's hard to articulate. Well, first of all, because I really respect him as a performer. I think he's such a weird, interesting performer. He's always bringing things...
A freak, if you will.
A freak, right? Unhinged. He's bringing weird things that are dynamic, and he just sparkles in everything he's a part of. And I've been such a longtime fan. I've worked with him a few times, so I also already knew he's a great scene partner. Yeah. He's fun to be around. And I just felt like in order for this relationship to play properly, he had to just like be endlessly charming, even when he was sort of doing something wrong. And that is Adam in a nutshell. Noah and I are figuring out how to be a we. Ew.
The first season, is about figuring out if they, how they really feel about each other and then deciding to commit by the end. And now that they've committed, what that looks like in the light of day and what that does to his career and how they blend their two worlds and the real nuts and bolts of being together. Are we doomed?
Excuse me?
You know what gave me a little tear, by the way, is when you ask the question, are we doomed? It just kind of hit me.
I believe that's the same way Joanne reacted. She said, no, excuse me, I'm the cynical one. You're not allowed to say stuff like that. We have roles. Stay in your lane. Which immediately brought a little levity back to the relationship, right? Because she didn't take that question very seriously. She was more angered by the fact that he said something so cynical.
Part of being in a relationship is dealing with these issues, and we will.
A big, 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 big congrats again. And Nobody Wants This, pretty much the whole series, because I absolutely want this.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Good
you,
luck on
Annie.
everything, okay?
Thanks so much.
You. You know what the dream is? Being attracted to someone who makes you feel safe.
Gosh, I hope you find that.
I hope you find it too.
Brighter Side of the News is brought to you by Fiesta Kia. Discover the all-new Fiesta Kia located in the I-10 Auto Mall.
All right, we're looking ahead to the brighter side. Sunday, the 61st annual Palm Desert Golf Cart Parade, rolling back onto El Paseo. The theme this year, California Dreamin'. Festivities kick off 8 o'clock in the morning with the parade rolling down El Paseo starting at noon. Our Tim O'Brien will be alongside this year's Grand Marshal, Hockey Hall of Famer Grant Fuhrer. The parade will be live streamed on NBCPalmSprings.com as well as our Facebook page, so we'll look forward to that.
Yeah, I hope Fuego makes an appearance too. Should be a fun time.
All right, that's going to do it for us. We're back here at 11. Fred Rogan.